Alright dudes, so some really great news finally for Outriders, and it seems that the big inventory restoration rollout is finally happening, and for the next 24 hours you might finally notice that your locked characters are finally playable, but more important, you're finally getting those legendaries back, baby, as well pretty much most of the items that you lost because of the inventory wipe bug. So let's talk about that here in this video, as well as some of the things that you need to know in preparation for that. And starting things off with the announcement right here, character and inventory restoration for Group A characters is now underway. More info in the thread that we will talk about in just a little bit, but essentially Group A were the characters who encountered the wipe but were no longer able to log in at this point in time, so you would encounter a couldn't connect to server error. And what you need to do is to check your affected characters throughout the day, so basically the next 24 hours, and log out and log in back again if you are in the game at the time for the rollout to actually happen. But they also announced that once they are happy with Group A restoration, they will trigger restoration for Group B, which you already know that it's the people who were able to connect to their accounts. Group B players are those who lost their items but were still able to continue playing, and it's actually some pretty good news. I'm already seeing reports from people that they got their items back. Now totally let me know down in the comment section, did you get all of your legendaries back, and more important, did you get something new? Because I'm pretty sure I saw a dude with 4 death shields of pretty much the maximum rollout quality. So the best stats for the death shield, 99.4 thousand firepower, which is going to be absolutely insane because you're gonna be melting things left and right like there is no tomorrow, especially with the Trickster shotgun build. So for everybody who is getting that, congratulations. But we do have some questions and answers that I want to go over in just a little bit, and here is what you need to know in the meantime with the thread and whatnot, with the Group A restoration. So essentially you're going to get back all of your items regardless of rarity that were equipped at the time of your inventory wipe, and they will be restored. Then there's going to be all the legendary items that were in your inventory, and for the non-legendary items, 20 previously acquired items that were in your inventory, with the first prioritization based on rarity descending from epic rarity, and second based on date acquired. So this means like the epic gear that was randomly added in your inventory, that's going to be the next one added. All fully completed accolades will also be restored, by the way, if you previously reached the final tier of said accolades. For those who didn't complete these interim tiers and progress towards any tier of an accolade cannot be recovered, unfortunately, so those have to be taken from the very beginning. Now please keep in mind that we may not be able to restore every single item lost with 100% accuracy, but we are doing our best to make sure the most valuable items are accounted for. If your inventory is already full, restore items will be held server side, so you don't have to worry about that until there is space in your inventory and you have logged out and back in again. Once we are happy with the Group A restoration, we will trigger restoration for Group B, which you already know, it's the people who were able to continue playing. Now for further details, again, they already posted this in the past, so I'm not going to go over this anymore because we talked about it ad nauseum pretty much. But please know that if you are part of this Group A restoration, your non-affected characters may receive up to 20 legendary items that they previously sold back in their inventories. These items will be god rolled. These items can be freely sold, scrapped or used, which is why you might find yourself in this situation. Finally, we would like to thank you for the patience and support while we worked hard to bring this restoration about. While it has taken longer than initially anticipated or planned, we never once wavered from our commitment to support those players who were affected. We will soon be turning our attention to the community appreciation package that were previously announced, and we are also currently gathering info on that damage mitigation issue here with the enemies that were one-shotting players and whatnot, and are furthermore continuing to investigate reported multiplayer connection issues. So that actually sounds really awesome right here. I'm glad that they finally brought this into effect. Now there are some questions and answers that I was talking about. So Bright over on Twitter is asking, if a character in group A is not fixed yet, what would be the best time to know for sure? Because I had just checked my Pyromancer and it is still not fixed, and I just want to get back into my main as fast as possible, but at the same time just want to make sure he will be fixed. So it may take some hours for group A restoration to fully propagate, so we'd recommend checking back every so often or in several hours from now. In the unlikely event that your character isn't restored by then, they may well get restored during our group B restoration. So yeah, there were other similar questions like these, and essentially the restoration is an ongoing process over the next few hours. Please check back again throughout the day, and please let us know when you see your character restored, and even like specific times and whatnot. It's essentially going to happen throughout the next 24 hours is what they are saying right here. So you don't need a client update, by the way. You don't really need to do anything, just like check the character every now and then, see if you got any new items. If there's nothing there yet, then just wait for a few more and then maybe like try logging in on that same character again. Also on the same note, it's advisable that you maybe relog, maybe get out of the game and get back in so that it has a chance to happen. Also on the same note, some characters may require you to reselect a story point before you can start playing with them, in case you happen to be in that situation. If you encounter any problems starting a game with a character, please go into your timeline and reselect the most recent story point, and yeah, go ahead and do that and see if this gets your character unstuck, and hopefully that everything goes according to plan. But right now, yeah, the game really needs this fix. They definitely needed this restoration, but they also need a ton of fixes. Right now, if you look at the Steam charts, because of these bugs, the game did drop down quite a little bit in terms of player count. Right now it's at its lowest, basically. It's like almost 10%, like in a couple more days it's gonna be like less than 10% of what it was at the all-time peak. So these bugs were one of the main reason why people dropped off Outriders. It's one of the main reasons why they don't feel confidence anymore in the developers, and things are taking way too long to get fixed. Now eventually these things will be sorted out and whatnot, and the game will finally be playable, but it's a shame to see a promising concept like this getting ruined by bugs once again. And essentially the way they are handling things right now, it's almost as if we are like QA testers. Like I'm literally QA testing their game and I'm not even getting paid for it. So yeah, hopefully things will change in the future. But yeah, let me know down below, how is the restoration going for you? Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.